Day 170 on Mounjaro. I now weigh 324.2 pounds. I started my journey weighing 403.2 pounds. That means I've lost 79 pounds, just 1.6 pounds away before I can say I've lost 20% of my body weight. Is there any doubt that Mounjaro works? Insurance companies claim obesity is not a disease but a behavioral and lifestyle problem. The CDC states that obesity is a common, serious, and costly chronic disease of adults and children. Insurance companies at one time cited safety concerns for not covering weight loss medications. In recent years, however, it has become a cost issue, with the same insurance companies now referring to weight loss medications as vanity drugs. Personally, I believe it was always about the money. Novo Nordisk, the maker of Saxenda, in cooperation with various patient advocacy groups, have been aggressively lobbying insurers to pay for weight loss drugs. They have also been lobbying for Congress to pass a bill that has languished through 3 administrations, that would require Medicare to pay for weight loss drugs. Today's message will be somewhat different than you might expect. Today, my friends, we join the fight. If you've been following my videos, you may recall early on how I asked many of you if you were familiar with the Treat and Reduce Obesity Act. Senate Bill S-596 and the House equivalent, H.R. 1577, were originally introduced to Congress in 2013 and have been reintroduced every year until March of 2021. They currently sit with the Senate Committee on Finance and the House Energy and Commerce and Ways and Means Committees. You heard me right. The House Energy and Commerce Committee is reviewing this bill. I couldn't believe it, but it's right there on congress.gov. Talk about government bureaucracy. 10 years with no action. It makes you wonder how anything ever gets done in Washington. But I have an idea. As we say in the South, let's light a fire under our elected officials. Let's become lobbyists. If you're not familiar with the term lobbying, it means to lawfully attempt to influence the actions, policies, or decisions of government officials, most often legislators, but sometimes it applies to members of regulatory agencies as well. Lobbying encourages people to play an active role in their government, and it's protected by the First Amendment as our right to petition the government. So, how do we, as ordinary citizens, lobby our elected officials to pass this legislation? We need a large group. We need a large group of people with common goals. We need a group of people who have struggled and are struggling to lose weight to represent our interest. If there was such a group, I firmly believe that they would stand the best chance of persuading the House and the Senate to pass this legislation. But wait, is there such a group? I think there is. I'm a member of that group, and so are you. In fact, all of us are members of that group. If you are considered obese, as I am, we are members of one of the largest, if not the largest, lobbying group in the nation. The latest census numbers show that there are 196 million adults over the age of 21 living in America, and the CDC reports 42% or 82 million of those adults suffer from obesity. So, doesn't it stand to reason that our lobbying group is 82 million strong? I say it does, and I say it's time that we exercise our First Amendment right. I've taken the liberty to draft petitions to persuade our government to require Medicare Part D and insurance plans participating in the Affordable Health Care Act through the various state marketplaces to cover the cost of anti-obesity drugs. The Medicare petition is complete, as there is already pending legislation, but as I said, this legislation has been stalled for 10 years. I've placed this petition on change.org, and the petition seeks to have the legislation resurrected and passed in 2023. The Affordable Health Care petition is a work in progress, but when it's complete, I will also place it on change.org. If you are not familiar with change.org, this is a website designed to raise awareness within communities. In our case, a community of 82 million Americans diagnosed as obese, to influence decision makers at the highest levels of governments. I don't care if you are a Democrat, Republican, or Independent. We must work together and get the attention we deserve from our elected representatives. I'm asking, no, I'm begging each of you watching this video to sign the petition found at www.change.org/Medicare obesity coverage. If you have a social media presence, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, share this link and ask that your followers share the link as well. If you are a member of a social media support group, seek permission from one of the moderators to post this link. Ask your friends, family members, and your coworkers to support this cause. The absolute worst that can happen is that they say no, but they won't even have the opportunity to say no if you don't ask them. And if you don't actively use social media, there might be a few of you, visit USA.gov to learn the various ways you can contact your elected officials. Write them, email them, pick up the phone and call them, I don't care, but make your voice heard. Remember, they are in office to represent and look after our best interest. Just think, if only 1% of the estimated number of obese adults in this country sign our petition, that would be 820,000 signatures, enough to get the attention of any senator or representatives. It is within your power, it is within our power to make our senators and representatives aware of the urgency of having S 596 and HR 1577 passed in 2023. Thank you for joining me. See you soon.